And what's up, guys? It's Matthew here, and today I'm gonna be showing you how to draw a little cartoon character from this anime show called Naruto. The character's name is Kakashi Hatake, the sensei or whatever of Naruto. And yeah, this is kind of different from all the others, but sorry, kind of felt like doing this video, so kind of easy, kind of quick, kind of by myself. So I was like, hey, what the heck, why not? Okay, first off, you're going to start by making an egg shape. Actually, an eggish shape to use as this dude's head. Okay, after you got the egg, you're going to want to make this line of action, as I call it, which is a line to show you where his features of his face will be. After you do that, you kind of draw a line in the middle, another line in that middle, another line in the middle of that line. So it looks like that. Okay, the rest of this you could do it in any like way. You could do it this first, you could do the mask first, the eye first, the bandana first. You could do whatever you want first. I just like to start off with the bandana, or the mask, actually. Okay, this is kind of his thing. Kakashi is known for wearing a mask. Never takes it off, even during freaking sauna things, he doesn't take it off. Okay, so you make the mask. Now, you can either erase the line of action, which is what I usually do, just to like clean it up a little bit, or you can keep it there. Now, next up, I like to go with the eyes next. His eyes are kind of like rhombuses or something. So you kind of want to draw little lines right there and kind of connect them. Something like that. So it looks either square sized or whatever, or rhombusy. Now that you know where everything is, you can erase the line of action. There's no need for the line of action. I'll just kind of get you to know where your stuff is. Yeah. Just make it a little bit more rhombusy. Okay, now, after this, I go with the line for the bandana, which is like this. Kind of curves over and covers up his left eye. So just make one line like that and make another line as big as you want, or as long as you want, as far away, or at least a good enough distance away. Okay, and then you erase the top of the head, or the part that's not covered by the bandana. Now it's time to get a little bit more detail before we go into his hair, which is stupid. Okay, now, I'd like to just start shading now, but I'll go into his eye. Okay, his eye is kind of like half of a circle. Just draw a circle, and bam. Make it looking any way you want to. This is your eye. You can even draw both of his eyes if you really wanted to. Okay, after you draw two of these little lines to kind of get the eye, you want to shade in that part. Okay, then you make his eyebrow, which I usually start off with like a square shape right there, the corner. Then you're going to want to bring his eyebrow up, and there. Connect the shape, make it look like a bushy brow. Okay. after you do that, you kind of have his eye in place. Let me show you this. Okay, after you do that, now I usually start to go onto his bandana, which is right here. And you add a little bit more into that. Okay, now that you have where his title is going to be, you can do whatever you want from now with him. But I'll go on to his hair. His hair is kind of like freaking fire coming off the top of his head. So, usually you can do it as whatever types. You can have it like done type of hair, or you could do it the way I'm trying to do it, where he has multiple strands of hair coming out, and then you bring it down right about here, and then he has to like sloop over and fall as it starts to come towards his bandana. Okay, so after you've gotten that, you're going to want to erase this other edge so you can get the little hair sticking out from right here. Make sure it sloops over here too, just not that far out. Okay, so it sloops. So it'll look something like that. Okay, now erase these little corners of his bandana so you can get some detail. Okay, all you gotta do is just make one line, another line, another line, another line, another line, and then kind of circle it right there. And it'll look like he's has some wrinkles on his bandana. And then deepen the shade so y'all guys can see if you can't see. And back with the hair, if you want to like add a little sloop coming over the bandana, you could do that. Something like where it looks like his hair is kind of falling over. You can do something like that. Okay, you do that. Then you're going to want to get this side, but it's covering his eye, and so that means it's covering his ear. So you're going to want to make a big slump over here to tell that his ear is there. And you're going to want to curve it, and it looks like he's actually wearing a bandana. Okay, now for his face. Okay, now after you get this part done and you're done with the bandana, if you want, you could deepen the shade to his mask, bandana, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna stop right about. Oops. I'm gonna clean that up later. Okay, deepen the shade. Now you're gonna want to slightly graze the pencil over his mask. Don't touch the skin. Don't go over it so it'll hit the skin. Kind of lightly graze all over the mask. Okay, now you can either shade it on, deepen the shade over here, or you could deepen the shade over there. I usually do it right here, so kind of get a little shading onto his left side of his mask. So you can make the shade the way you want it to look. I kind of make it go something like this. Pick it up, drop it down, pick it up, drop it down, pick it up. So now the shading would look a little something like this. But usually you can add maybe a little bit more detail so it doesn't look so pointed. Or you could just go like this. Okay, now that you got the shading on his mask, you can add a little bit of shading right here under his skin, so it's kind of blocking the sun. His bandana is kind of blocking the sun out of that type of skin. Now, you want to start next with this big box you drew on his bandana. You're going to want to make these 3 circles on the corner of it to show that it's kind of put into the bandana. Kind of shade them each on one direction. And then you're going to want to make the design or whatever for the city that he lives in, which is like the Leaf Village. And you're going to want to make that little 3D crap or add a little detail. Now, you're going to want to circle it till it gets there. Pick it back up. Sorry if that looks kind of crappy, but you kind of get the point. I'm just going to try to get to this. Then you want to shade it to where it looks slightly like metal. Okay. Now that you've done that, you got add a little shading back over here. Make it look a little bit better. Okay. Now, you want to add some detail to his bandana. It's not going to be freaking perfect when he puts it on. Just like your pants, there's going to get some wrinkles. So, mostly right here too, because he pulls it down, so kind of add some emphasis that it's wrinkled right there. Then some wrinkles over here, which are like some straight lines or something. And then you're going to want to shade this. Just in case you're asking if we're done with the hair or the eye or whatever, we're kind of not. So, shaded it. Okay, then you're going to want to have to deepen the shade a little bit over here, or whichever side you added the shading onto the mask. So, add it. Then, you might want to add some, like 3 hairs right there, 3 triangles or something, right there, and add some shading to whichever side of the hair that this and this is shaded onto. So I shaded it onto this side, so I'm going to have to shade it this way. And for this, you might want to darken the hair so they can see where it kind of ends and stuff. So, right about there. Now, after you shade it in, you're going to want to start shading it on this side to give it a little bit more detail. If you want, add some deeper lines now, because after this you're kind of finished with the hair. The hair sucks trying to make it. Okay, now, and you can add like a little shading if you want to, because his hair is kind of gray, not black. It's not white neither, it's gray. Okay, now it's up to you if you want to. You can draw like an ear or something right here or something if you want to. Usually I don't, because I make him seem like he's kind of turned this way. Okay, so you deepen the eye shading, the shading right here, shading to his brow, and that's about it. If you want to start making his body, it's like ta-da, ta-da, that's some right there. But I usually don't make his body. Boom. After that, you got the head of the cartoon character, Kakashi Hatake. And you're done. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. You make me want to cry sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time.